They're fucking somewhere having orgies, fucking smoking weed on a farm with fucking peace signs and fucking, I don't know. Who knows? But I'm just saying, I felt like that was the way to go. You have to fucking grow your own food, blah, blah, blah. I've said this before on a podcast. Look it up. Oh, drink of water. We grow our own food, blah, blah, blah. Live off the earth. And then you realize that you're in America. That's not how it works. In America, you gotta make cash and you gotta flip. It's a lot of meth. You gotta make. I mean, but it's a lot of companies, dude. As I was thinking, I was like, what would the world be if there wasn't any companies? You know, big companies. It would be a lot of mom and pop shops, right? But those are kind of companies themselves. But I'm just saying, what would we be without like fucking Target and Costco and stuff like that? Like where would a lot of people's jobs would be lost? You know what I'm saying? Like food, the amount of food. I mean, the choices, the variety of food probably changes and stuff. The equipment, the amount of equipment changes and stuff like that. Like what would happen if because that's America, right? A lot of companies, and is there nothing else more like is that why we have school? We got school to just fucking make company people. Like I doubt it. That's not. I'm sure that's not what the fuck it is. But I'm sure, but I'm not sure. Yeah, fucking gotta take this bong rip, but shit, man, I gotta fucking close this book because I'll open it when I need to fucking look at it. I keep looking at it and distracting myself. And companies, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking yesterday when I was fucking chilling. You know, trying to fucking writing down shit for the podcast. And is this on screen? All right. I mean, because basically everybody's starting a podcast. Sorry. It's the Everywhere&nowhere podcast. Look it up. MCNBTV. Everybody's either. We all have that friend. I creates a podcast. Oh my God. Creates a business. It's the Everywhere&nowhere podcast. MCNBTV. We all have our friend that is creating a business. I am that friend. You know what I'm saying? Creating a business. Always fucking. But I stay with one. Or. I think when you're trying to create a business, you're trying to figure out which one's the best one. And, you stick with it. You're trying to find and figure out. So you may make a couple until you get to your first one. I was lucky enough to fucking have figured it out. I think I figured out the first one. So with my clothing company and all that stuff, because I think it's just gonna be a creative brand. It's gonna be sick, and it is sick. It's fucking. But it's just one. You know what I'm saying? Time flies. Sonoma. You gotta fix that name. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We got to figure out the name too. But that shit is fucking sick, bro. A creative brand of fucking just people who make art, you know what I'm saying? And we just fucking help each other out, and that's it. That's the gang. And I am the person that makes so we always have that friend that makes a company and he's trying to get you into it, right? or he's telling you about it. I got a company, or they're telling you to fucking join a company. They're always telling you to get a fucking, where do you work, man? Or like, what do you do for work? You know what I'm saying? You should get a job at this place. And it's usually a fucking company. It's somebody else's company. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. And that's fucking fine. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying that's all America is. You know what I'm saying? A company. You know what I'm saying? It's companies. It's a big ass fucking farm of companies, and they're telling you, they're either trying to get you. I mean, they're being created, or they're trying to get you into them. But that's the main source of income in fucking America, right? It's the companies. I don't know how many fucking rich people just have hella money, you know, on them, that are like, that make this country fucking rich. You know what I'm saying? Like the players that are here make it big, obviously, and the amount of money they have is probably like unfathomable, and that they fucking control or have or stuff like that is unfathomable. And just, I guess, you know, you kind of want to have rich people in your country, right? They bring your income, they make your income, they buy stuff, and but what do they do? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they working for a company too? Yeah, they're usually working for a fucking company too. They're part of a firm. Maybe they're higher up on the company. Maybe they even have a little bit of share in that company, a little bit more of a, like, say in that company. But it's a company, and you are trying to make that company bigger, and you're usually delivering a service or a product, right? It's a service or a product, you know, whether it be fucking food, shirts, and you get into all that. All that shit breaks down into different things, right? If you're gonna be food, it's gonna be farming, and you're gonna get into stuff like that, and if it's gonna be shirts, you're gonna get into fucking manufacturing t-shirts, like cotton. Like, it's gonna be planting too, dude. It's like, it's gonna be polyester, or creating whatever, however, the factories that make it, factories too, man. So it's just a big old network. It's a big old network, and yeah, I mean, I think we got it. I think I could look into my notebook now without fucking, you know, actually moving ahead. So what you have? You have the cash. You have to have the cash, and unfortunately, if you're doing it illegally, you're gonna have to. I mean, you're gonna have to find a way to fucking clean it. You know what I'm saying? Which sucks, but usually there's a lot of fucking. But that's the good thing about music. You know what I'm saying? It's the beautiful thing about music is that it is. It's considered a profession, right? It's a fucking. I could say that on my taxes, and you know, I could. There's no need to clean it when you're a musician. You know what I'm saying? There's no when we're making music, we're, you know what I'm saying, it's legal though. Someone said that before. Who said that? Supernatural? Was it Supernatural? I heard it on the Talib Kweli podcast for sure though. It's legal dope. And that's what CDs were. Or I think it was, I watched the Talib Kweli podcast, so I thought it was just out there. It could have been Boozy Badass on his Instagram. And it's not because they looked like, they don't even look like. I'm just saying. I think it was Boozy Badass, and he was talking about, I think it was Boozy, and he's talking about how CD is legal dope, and you know what I'm saying. I feel like that maybe that's why this whole podcast started. You know, I should have got that actual quote. I should have got where I got the actual quote from, but I think it was Boozy, and shout out to him. So that's what I love about, you get a CD, you got the receipts for the CD, or you have a process of how much you paid and how much you owe, and independent contractor, you're doing live shows, you got ways to do it. Luckily now with weed, you could do live shows with weed, and because it's legalized, you could do. We're getting more cannabis cups and like that. So I that's such a good thing to see. It's such a fucking awesome thing to see. I'm fucking happy as fuck for that shit's happening. I still haven't gone to one though, but we're Gucci. We'll get to one. Maybe I'll fucking perform at one. I'll get to one. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get the fam to shout me out there. You know what I'm saying? To get me there, and just bug them. All you need to do is bug them and be like, "Hey, bro, you need to put him on," and just be like, "Hey, bro, you need to put him on." It's like they'll keep saying no. And be like, "No, we don't need to put them on. We got a bunch, no. And then you bug them to the point where like, fuck, we got to put them on this motherfucking festival. We're just going to be blazing. But that's a good thing about legalization. And that's a good thing about weed. It's something you could put off on your taxes, but we have to pay taxes when it comes to America, and companies and everybody in America playing, so we could. But do you really think that that's how they run? That's the amount of money we have. I mean, because if that's it, so it's like 300 million people paying taxes. At best, you know what I'm saying? Like let's just say 100% of people are paying taxes. 300 million people, and I don't even know if 300 million people we have anymore. Probably have more, but we have 300 million people paying taxes. You get, even if it was 50 million of that's not, how is that? Who knows how much that is? That's not even, I feel like that's not a fair representation of the actual number. There's got to be some fucking rich folks that we just don't know about. They just got hell of fucking money. So I think. But I don't fucking know shit because I'm a rapper. Anyway, I think we've definitely gotten to fucking, we might have got to the end, people. We got to the fucking end. Look at that motherfucking, ain't that a motherfucker? This is fucking, that was a good, we're just fucking chilling, having a good time. And we still haven't figured out what's the next YouTube. Maybe we'll figure it out on the next podcast. So mostly, I'm just trying to say, music is a fucking, it's a flip, you know what I'm saying? And it comes back to the idea of flip, you know what I'm saying? Making something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that. It's all about the flip. Making, something that was free and making money. I'm profiting off that. That's what it's all about. It's something about having like fucking zero, like literally fucking before fucking space and time, before the Big Bang Theory, that was nothing. Literally that. Before the Big Bang, there was nothing, right? So not even time. So that, trying to get that into fucking, a dollar, so, and that, it's only $1 because that's the way we fucking buy things, you know what I'm saying? It's the way you feed yourself, it's about making that something, it's just about a hunt, it's about the hunt, about getting your food, it's about getting your, it's about building your home, getting your home up, you know what I'm saying? And the entrepreneur life. It's really about that, about the company, mostly like how do you the life of the entrepreneur, and how it's very similar that uh, the entrepreneur that is into cannabis is the same person as is this goes through this one of the same ways that they are similar, to music entrepreneurs, musicians who are, entrepreneurs themselves, independent contractors, whatever the fuck you want to call it, whatever fucking university word you want to fucking use, and because I don't know, it's just that's the fucking way it goes. You just gotta fucking idea flip, and then. But that's a separate ball game itself. The idea and the flip is a separate ball game within itself. Meaning, I could go into that fucking idea, creating an idea, and then flipping, and then into another whole fucking podcast. But we got it. We got to the end of this. Smoking in public is something else. I think that's what will be the name of it. And yeah, last thing I just want to say. I think besides fucking anybody that's stated throughout this, you guys are savages. More music coming out, new music coming out. Check us out. Check out my Facebook page. Check out my link tree. My link tree is better because that just gives you all my it's on my website, on my Facebook page, which is MCNB EMCENB. I gotta practice that, and you can look that up. You could at me like that, and you know what I'm saying. Fuck yeah, we're gonna be getting some new shit out there. Fuck yeah. Don't wait, create. Stay lit, man.